Hey, it's Dave Franecki here. I'm with CAPSTONE Capital USA. We buy seller finance notes. We sell seller finance notes. We help sellers structure their transaction. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what is a note worth. Typically, the first time I talk to a seller, I say, okay, how much are you going to give me? What's the note worth? So what can I give you for the note? We're going to go into detail in this video and share with you the insight from a note broker's perspective. Talk soon. Welcome. So, typical question when somebody calls, what is my note worth? They don't care about anything else, show me the money. And how we determine value is based upon the face rate of the note, which is like the interest rate. We look at the value of the home, the amount that's owed, the buyer's credit, and how long they've been making payments. They all impact the fair market value of the note and the value of and of course the value of the property. I talked about in the prior video where if the debt is more than the value of the house, that's going to cause a problem. As part of this, you got to time the mortgage note sale. That's everything. So when is the correct time to sell your note? Lock that in. Ultimately, it's all up to you. If you want out of collecting the payments, or if you just need cash now, then maybe the timing is right for now. However, there are a few things that will make your note worth more. Waiting to sell your note with a little bit of seasoning being a significant number of payments, 6, 7, 8 payments at least, will increase your note's value. In addition, requiring a payment history, verifiable payment history, is good. And what that does, two things. It shows that the payer is in the game. There's emotional equity. So where do you start? So think of it this way. You're selling a significant asset. There's a lot of value there, which means from our point of view, there's going to have to be some paperwork, some due diligence, and we do that as a standard practice. Have the documents ready for our review. Being unprepared doesn't change the actual value of the note, but it does drag out the process for you and for us. And if it's really dragged out a long while, we're going to question, do we really want to even work with this? But on top of that, you should do your own research in terms of what to expect. Have all your copies ready of all your documents, have them either fax them to us or have them in a PDF format so we can look at them quickly. So do your research, know what to expect. Have all the necessary documents beforehand. It doesn't have to be a difficult process. In fact, many of the tips that we're going to be discussing in this video are on our website. So if you have a track record that shows the buyer has been making payments to you for some time, let's say for 2 years, you have what we call seasoning. And seasoning on a note is great, especially if the proof of payment's being made. So track record's important. We talked about that a minute ago. We want to make sure the buyer's been making the payments for some time. We like to see even 2 years is even stronger for you. And that seasoning will just make it better. And remember, investors are not looking to purchase a note with problems. If you have documented proof that the payer pays on time, it's all the better for you. The more equity in the property, the better. The more likelihood that the payer is going to continue paying, especially if the value of the property drops, if there's a downturn in the economy, they're not going to want to go anywhere. They're not going to want to walk away from that asset. For example, let's say you have a house that's worth $175,000 and the buyer owes $125,000. So they got $50,000 worth of equity. The likelihood of them continuing to pay on that is pretty good. $50,000, they're not going to want to walk away from it. So the more equity in the property, the better. The likelihood of a buyer defaulting on a note that goes down the tubes, it changes a lot if the buyer's got some equity in there, and the emotional equity, financial equity, whatever that might be. So you may or may not know the buyer's credit in a way of a traditional credit score, but don't worry, we can cover that. We figure that out, and it's only one piece of the whole transaction. If they've been in the house for 3, 4, 5 years, credit becomes a lot lesser issue. We're looking more at again, the payment history. So we look to buy, and we will buy the note at a discount. That's a given. It's just we have to have that back end. That's our profit margin. We're just not doing it for the interest rate. But if there's any issues, any challenges in the due diligence, the discount mitigates our risk and makes it more appealing. So that's another way of us guaranteeing our return on investment and getting you what you want for your note. So how does a note seller look at a discount? And you think about that, it's really a great question. And it's a dreaded question for me because I hate to answer that. But it's a reasonable question from you, the note seller. And the discount is determined by 5 different reasonable parameters. The sale or price of the property at the time it was either sold or what it is right now. 2, the amount of down payment or equity that is in the property. So how much money did the buyer put down at the time? Do they have skin in the game? Or how much equity is built up over time? The payer's credit, we talked about that. Am I looking for FICOs of 780? I don't think so, not in this arena. 620, yeah. 500, I don't know. The terms of the note, the interest rate, if it's at 0%, yikes, that's a problem. 8%, 10%, whatever that might be. And then, of course, we talked about the payments. But these 5 items, we use these to determine exactly what the note value is going to be in terms of what we quote you. So when we purchase a note, we're buying the payments, the rights to receive the payments as detailed in those documents. And it also gives us the right to modify the loan if there's a default or if us and the payer decide it's warranted, we want to do that. We're buying that right. But generically speaking, it's a contract and we adhere to what the terms of that contract are. Part of this too, if they stop paying, we can foreclose and we will do that. Okay, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I hope that you're finding these videos useful, helpful, and by the way, you can always contact us on the CAPSTONE site, put in your information, we can call you back. You can call us, you can email us. Love to talk to you about your note, give you a quotation, tell you why we're there, really, but more specifically, what you're looking for and why you're selling it. Talk soon. Attracting mortgage note buyers doesn't have to be hard. In fact, many of the tips to make your note more attractive and increase its worth set you up for a win-win. So I'd recommend you go to our website, go to the Note Holder's Handbook, the free stuff, download that, take a look at that, and I'd love to talk to you about your note. Thanks.